On October 28th of 2024, I received an email from McDonald's saying, "You cannot work here. We will not hire you." And that was the day I decided I'm gonna just try streaming every single day for a year. Give or take a handful of days, we did stream every single day for a year. And on YouTube, it had, ups and downs a little bit. You can see a whole lot of nothing happened until, I guess, August. We've had a big spike since August. 48,000 views is nothing to really scoff at, but the vast majority of those were from YouTube Shorts. And 7,500 watch time hours is also pretty dang good. But I don't think any of this compares at all to what I was doing on Twitch at the time. You can see that the 214 subscribers is pretty big if you look at our current subscriber count. That's a lot of subscribers we have gotten in the last year. And I was hoping, I know whenever I started this, I was hoping to hit 500 by the end of this year, but by like the end of sort of like doing this whole experiment, I was hoping to hit 500. That's the bare minimum you need to get the YouTube channel monetized. And because we're not monetized on YouTube, there isn't the exciting numbers that people want to hear about. But I will show that for Twitch. We did have some pretty big videos pop off, but as you can kind of see, all of them were YouTube Shorts. Even our worst performing content still was like 1,000 views on YouTube Shorts, 2,000 views on YouTube Shorts. I think the way things are going are very vertical and shorts related, and that's something, if you are like a small time YouTuber of some sort in the gaming sphere, it's something you should keep in mind. Even if you hate the idea of making shorts, if you want to grow your channel, it might be your best move. Looking at our whole shorts analytics just for the year, this is just YouTube Shorts, that made up 28,000 views, 11.7k engaged views, which is, I'm not quite sure exactly how that is, how that's sort of like, what is an engaged view on a 15-second clip, you know what I'm saying? But as you can see, this August is about whenever I started uploading shorts again, and a lot of the rest of this were dry spells on shorts. Most of my shorts, while there are some edited ones like Hank Hill Listens to Weird Autumns or the average Mario Kart World Experience, most of them are just clips from Twitch that I have uploaded, and that's something that you can do really easily for your own stream, and I would recommend it. I would recommend you doing that as well. Over on the live side, our top live streams were Schedule 1, really. The games my doctor found during my prostate exam didn't actually do too well live. The VOD blew up though. Same thing with Don't Stop Girly Pop and Ponyvania. They didn't have like big numbers live. Schedule 1 had big fucking numbers live. It's the best stream we did on YouTube this year, by far. We have a full like 10k fewer views on our live streams than we had in shorts. Like that's big. That's big. That's a big difference, and is definitely worth being like notable. Having almost 500,000 impressions is also kind of wild. I wish I knew what gave me those impressions, because I need to be able to replicate that pretty hard for this coming year. Most of our views came through browse features, but I'm glad to see suggested views is way up from the last time we did this, and other features and stuff. A lot of times we'll see on this next one here with the average, it's about the same as it is on Twitch. 4 average viewers, not too bad. A peak of 53, not too bad. That comes mostly from Schedule 1. I think on the Schedule 1 stream at one point we had like 100 and something viewers. Schedule 1 was a big stream for us. The Markiplier Scary Nights ones were also really big streams. Some of the more fun streams we did this year as well. But it's interesting to see, even though the numbers are going to be a little bit smaller than we see on Twitch, the average viewership does remain very similar. I think that's very interesting to note. Over here on the Twitch end, we're finally up to an average of 5.0 viewers in the last 366 days. This doesn't count today, whenever I'm doing this at 3 a.m., because I haven't streamed today at 3 a.m. We did 2 days worth of ad breaks, but most of those came early in. I stopped doing ad breaks for a long time, and I noticed it actually like hurt the channel a little bit more. That's where this dip is, over in like between January and August here. That's where that dip came in whenever I stopped running ads at all. So now we run like a 3-minute ad at the beginning, and then maybe if I need to go like take a piss or something, I will I'll run a 3-minute ad to get rid of the pre-roll. 219 subs is pretty huge. Most of those came from gift subs. We'll get into the revenue of it all in just a second. I think it's worth noting that I did 1,435 hours streamed. That is just so we're calculating here. About, I think, half of what like the average person who has a full-time job would work. Just to clarify, like if you had a full-time job and you worked every single day, 40 hours a week, that's about me streaming about half of that. This is like a part-time job worth of the amount of time that I was live. This is about the same screenshot, but it's got the minutes watched instead, and 434,356 watch minutes is significantly higher. That's like 18,000 days, I think, which is significantly higher than the 8,000 watch hours we've gotten on YouTube. I think I like that. It's also just seems like an unbelievably high amount of money. But whenever you have like a bunch of people watching you, and maybe not on average, 5 people on average even, it's huge. And I really do appreciate everybody who has watched over the last year. This is the one that everybody's interested in, I know. This is our ads. This is how much money I've made in the year. I've got a little bit more detail that I'm not going to show directly on screen, but 576 bucks, that's not like a big amount of money, but that's a good like side hustle amount, I think. That's like that's more than I expected to make this year. And that's not even entirely all I have made this year, for like the sake of transparency and stuff. We have the Ko-Fi. I've made some money on that. We have merch sales. I've been making a decent chunk on that. It's one of the best ways to support me besides directly through the Ko-Fi. I've made a, not a lot of money, but I've made a decent chunk of money just off of streaming this year. And to break that down a little bit, because a lot of people will talk about how it's like ads. Ads are the most important thing. We made $17 on ads. $19.30 if you include Turbo. Like we didn't really make anything on ads this year. 20 bucks in just running ad revenue. I could double that probably pretty easily if I wanted to like run more ads, but like we made barely anything off of ads. One of our biggest revenue sources, it ended up being like cheering with bits. It only made me, admittedly, it only made me 15 bucks. I made 15 bucks on bits, but I make more money on bits on average than like I do on subs, because like Twitch takes a smaller cut of bits, it would seem. As far as paid subs go, we didn't make a whole lot. It was like 120 bucks compared to it. We've done a lot of subathons this year, and that has accounted for $337 of our of this revenue. The rest were all just Prime gaming. Fully recommend, if you have an Amazon Prime sub, subscribe using it to your favorite streamer. If you don't have a favorite streamer, just give me Jeff Bezos's money. I deserve it more. I work harder than Jeff Bezos ever has.